me ask you this, Pat. Let me throw the question back at you. What do you think he did? Do you think he played it too safe? You were there. You were at a Soldier Field. You got to see, up close and personal some of the, pros,
I mean, he
some of
was
the
in
people who've
Kansas
been
City, so
calling
I
this.
didn't get to see it. But
Well, you know what I'm saying. You were there at the event. You got to see
yeah,
some legendary players and things of that nature. You shared the stage with some people who've been calling these things for a long time. What was the sentiment there? Do you feel like he played it too safe?
I think he made the right picks. Sometimes the right picks are the safe picks. I think that um very much like you said, if you draft Jalen Carter, it doesn't change the fact that you have to protect Justin Fields. So now you have to trade back into the first round to try and go get you a guy that's still going to be on the board to go get Justin Fields. And you have to trade up high enough basically to go try and get Broderick Jones, who I think was the last lineman on the board that I really was like, yeah, that's the guy I would want protecting
Yep.
Justin Fields. And then you got to tell him, hey, Broderick, we love what you're doing. Go to the other side and play over there, and now you're out of position. Or you're telling Braxton Jones, who last season played left tackle and played it really well, you go to the other side and you play over there. So now you're forcing people into positions that they're not in or not used to being in. And then on top of all of that, you're giving away the draft capital. You're giving away more opportunity to get more players. You're giving away. So I think that he took the safe route, but I also think that the safe route was the correct route for you to be able to go out and plug the most holes. I left the nice. I left the draft feeling like we were able to find legitimate starters. We were able to find legitimate depth pieces. We were able to
Mhm.
find guys that were going to be able to push your starters that are currently there for their starting job, which is going to make them hopefully work harder and try to maintain their job. I think that Ryan Poles did everything in this draft and has done everything in this offseason right, which to me is a little bit better than last offseason, right? And I think that he's put his team into a position where we can start to say, okay, it's on the players to make plays now. It's on the coaches to coach these guys up. It's
Yep.
on the team instead of just being on the organization. Last season, we looked at the organization.
Yeah, yeah,
Last
yeah.
season, if you looked at the Bears, you were like, these guys suck. It's like, of course they suck. Now, what did you think they were going to do?
Yeah.
You took a defense that had Roquan and Robert Quinn, ripped both of them off of it, and was like, all right, figure it out. In the middle of the week, we traded them on like a Wednesday.
Now let me ask you this. I'm gonna piggyback off of that because that's absolutely correct. It was a fire sale and we were wondering like what the heck is going on. So
Yeah.
now we filled a lot of those pieces. I'm not gonna go that route.
Filling
Nice.
holes, baby. Filling holes.
We got a lot of those pieces. We made some moves, as B Dog said. We got depth at each position, which I agree with. Steph, I'm gonna throw this to you first.
What's
Now
up?
that we have all those pieces there now, you were there with me. We did it live. Do you feel like you played it safe? Do you agree with what Pat said, or do you go into this next season absolutely feeling like, hey, this is on the players, it's on Eberflus? In fact, that's actually the better question. Let me revert back. Is
Okay.
is it now on Eberflus to actually make this work? Like, is it now solely him, or are we looking at these players like, okay, maybes, if ands and maybes?
What do we call and make this work?
Yeah, like
That's the thing you gotta really address, right? What do we call it make this work? For me, make this work is 7 wins. That's still not a good football team. It's a better football team. That's still not a good football team.
Do you think Eberflus has the pieces to be better than 7 wins
I
based off our schedule? Because we looked at our schedule, we ran out our schedule.
Depends on how it falls.
I gotta see how the schedule falls.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That this is what I will say. They absolutely had the pieces on offense. They absolutely got the pieces on offense. So I'm not trying to hear, oh yeah, Justin don't got this, Justin don't got that. The only thing that y'all missed that y'all didn't grab, which I was kind of shocked at, is JMS.
I was a little shocked by that myself.
That's the only piece.
But the problem even with that is, right, like, but you got something that you need.
Yeah,
you got the safety you need. He's gonna be a starter. It's good, right? Like, but it's like, so what do you want to fix, right? Do you want to go in and that kind of makes more sense to me than not, because I think you can still address a center possibly a little bit next season. And I think on top of all of that, the one thing you couldn't come into this season with is Kendall Vildor as a starter.
Oh yeah.
We now know who are the
Hey,
away and
hey,
home
listen.
games. Yeah, we now know who are the away and home games. So we do have that. I can run
Yeah.
that down real quick, and you can make that decision. You want me to do that real quick?
I mean, we can. It still depends
We
on how
can
the
keep it
schedule
quick.
falls, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With travel and stuff like that, but we can do it.